Hey guys, it's Sam and
Rachel.
back again with the blind spot. So this is another video in our series of kind of a Q&A series where we both talk about our lives and answer the questions that you guys have given us and then just expand on those as well. Today's video is going to be about
Married life, living together, household stuff.
Yes, life at home.
Life at home.
So we start out, we have been married for 13 years.
Yeah, we got married. Yeah, it'll be
August,
14 years.
August will be 14,
yeah, it'll be 14 this summer.
So we're doing pretty well. We dated for
we dated like a year. We were engaged for like a year and a half.
Yeah, so we dated for a while, and we lived together while we dated, and so we've known each other for, what's the grand total, do you think?
16 years.
Yeah. So we know a thing or two about it.
And he's been, legally blind the whole time.
Yes.
He was visually impaired before we met.
Right.
So.
So you guys had some questions. What should we talk about first?
Well, first we can say that when we met, Sam worked. We both worked.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't work. You work full time. You've always worked full time.
I've always worked full time.
I didn't work full time because I'm on disability. And well, the number one reason is I worked at a restaurant, and if you work at a restaurant, it's really hard to get full time.
Yeah.
You basically work shifts when they need it and stuff. So, but I was fine because I was on disability, and
someone asked about that, about how what it's like to go on disability. But I think for you, you've always been on disability, so it's not like, since he lost his vision as a child,
mm-hmm.
It's not like he was completely working and self-sufficient without disability.
Yeah. And
then got disability. But also, because he didn't have this big work history beforehand, his disability check, is really small. So it's not like...
I wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know how they could have ever expected someone to live off of just your disability check.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic, though.
So, and then I worked, you've always worked full time. I worked up until we had our daughter.
Yeah.
And
he worked even, you worked several weeks after we had her. And then, because I was on maternity leave. And then, like, at the very end of my maternity leave, I think we had a week off together or 2 weeks off or something. And then, ever since then,
I haven't worked.
He hasn't. Well, we say that, but he did for quite a while, a couple of years, right?
Mm-hmm.
He taught cake decorating classes.
Yes,
which is so funny that the blind guy
taught
cake decorating classes, but he was really good at it.
I taught ladies how to make cakes, and I was a certified Wilton instructor. I still am, actually.
and he also did cakes, like a lot of our friends' kids' birthday parties and stuff like that. He made cakes for and stuff too.
And maybe I'll put up some pictures while we're talking about it.
Yeah, you should. So he has had, some other jobs, and then not this YouTube channel, but he did do tech videos for another YouTube channel and was paid by someone to do that as well. So they were never bill-paying jobs.
No.
They were never like feed the family jobs, but they were definitely helpful.
Yeah.
Like helpful income for the family jobs, for sure.
Luckily, Rachel has a very, very good job.
Several people have asked about like dividing just housework and how the household is run. Do I feel like way too much is put on me? And just like how we handle that stuff.
Well, housework. First, we'll talk about housework, like cleaning the house, and
it's not too much put on me because he does way more than I do.
Yeah, because I'm here all the time. Of course, I'm the one that should be cleaning the house. I'm the homemaker. I always say I'm the homemaker. And after I get done talking with the ladies at the bus stop, and we swap our recipes, I come home and
he is so, like, if you've seen Mr. Mom, it is him totally, because he does, like, he's got a great rapport with all the moms at the bus stop.
I volunteer at the school.
He's in good with the PTA ladies.
Yep.
Like,
I'm the PTA dad.
Yeah, he's the one that brings the really tasty cinnamon rolls to the teachers for the PTA stuff at
They
school.
love those, yeah.
So he's embraced his role.
Yeah. But so I'm home and I clean up and I do my best to clean up, and we'll talk about that because
Yeah.
I
think we found a good groove now. I don't gripe too much.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get mad if I go over things after you've done it.
No.
Because you used to.
Yeah.
I used to get irritated because he said he'd clean, but there would still be like messes or whatever. And he would get mad because he would be like, well, I just cleaned the bathroom mirror or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would clean it again. And we don't anymore. I think we've just like accepted that, he's going to do his best and he can't see it. So he's going to mop the floor. But if there's something sticky or something there, and he goes over it and it doesn't come up, it's still going to be there because he can't see it. So I either just accept it and move on and think, well, next week when he does it again, he might get it, or I clean it up. Like, that's just how it is. But no matter, like, it's still better than it was before.
Yeah.
So, we deal with it. And really, he's much more of a clean freak than I am because he's so tactile. Like, the kitchen counter he probably cleans off.
I wipe it down all the time.
I don't know how many times a day.
I can't stand rubbing my hand on and feeling crumbs or little bumps of just junk.
Yeah. So now he doesn't dust ever.
No.
Ever. Never.
No. But that's one of those things. It's like
he doesn't see it, so he doesn't think about it.
Yeah.
So
real quick though, funny story about the countertops. When we were shopping for houses before we bought this house, we went to look at one house, and it was a relatively nice house.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a little out of our budget. So
it was kind of upscale.
So we weren't really seriously considering it. But I went in the kitchen, and I was like, and there was junk on the counter. And I'm like, nope. When I buy this house. And that's a ridiculous reason not to buy a house.
Something that could just be wiped off. But it was like sticky, and he couldn't handle it.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
But yeah, so Sam really does a lot more of the work around the house than I do because he's here and because I'm lazy. I'll be honest about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you work 9 to 5. You shouldn't have to come home and fix a dinner or,
Yeah, he does almost all the cooking. I mean, I like to cook too. He's a better cook than I am because he worked in restaurants for years before he stopped working. So, he does, I would say, 90% of the cooking. Weekdays, I rarely ever am the one that does dinner. I do often help clean up from dinner and stuff like that. Although he's weird in the kitchen, and if he's already started, you just need to let him because he's gonna be a jerk to you. I'm
a little moody. You guys,
he's a little bit moody.
You guys probably don't know this about me.
He gets a little irritated. You just let him have his room. But so yeah, he does almost all the cooking. He does a huge majority of the cleaning. I do any dusting. I touch up things.
Do laundry. We're pretty even on laundry.
Yeah,
but
laundry we're pretty even on.
If it needs to be done, I'll do it. That's no problem. I don't like dealing with socks.
Yeah.
Because they all look the same to me, so it's difficult. So oftentimes I'll leave socks for someone else to fold for me. Sort, actually.
Yeah, which a trick to that, one thing that we have started doing is, at least for his socks, those like a lingerie bag or, a laundry bag. What's it called? It's called a lingerie bag. It's like a mesh bag with a zipper.
Yeah.
So he puts his socks in there. So then at least his socks and my socks and like our stepson's socks and whatever are not all mixed together. Yeah. So that's one little tip. It's easy because you just throw the whole bag in and then bring it back out.
Yeah, my son wears the same size shoe that I do. So if his socks and my socks were together, it would just get...
He would never be able to separate them, yeah. So that's something that
and
we
then
do.
I like socks to have some kind of design, whether it's a stripe on the toe or the toe and the heel or a color. It's a white sock with a toe and the heel or a color. That makes it much easier to separate or to sort and match them up. So if someone's, in the future, if you're buying socks for someone with a low vision, don't just get white tube socks or crew socks.
Unless you're throwing away all their other socks.
And that's
all of their socks are all going to be exactly the same, then that's fine.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
If you always buy exactly the same socks.
Yeah, I've started. You guys have started buying me the crazy socks.
Yeah, you like those.
I like those. Those are cool, and it's easy because they're crazy enough that they don't look a lot the same. So. Yeah. Like I said, if I'm in a bad mood,
It bothers
which
you.
everybody gets in bad moods, and if I'm in a bad mood and I just vacuumed the stairs like yesterday, and you're like, oh, the stairs are horrible. I'm like, I just vacuumed them.